Good evening, Oswego, and welcome to WTOP 10 Monday Night News, your connection to Oswego and beyond. I'm Alex Rusilla.
And I'm Samantha Damasio. Today is Monday, November 7th, and this is your news, sports, and weather, all before the first commercial break. Let's take a look at your top stories. 10 News starts now.
Dr. Conrad Murray has been convicted of involuntary manslaughter in the death of Michael Jackson. Sandra Endro has more in the Los Angeles County Courthouse with the latest.
We, the jury in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Conrad Robert Murray, guilty of the crime of involuntary manslaughter.
Conrad Murray showed little emotion as he learned his fate. It took a Los Angeles jury nearly 10 hours of deliberations to convict Michael Jackson's personal physician of involuntary manslaughter in the death of the pop star. The verdict elicited cries of joy from the crowd of hundreds of Michael Jackson fans outside the courthouse. Murray was convicted of administering a lethal dose of the anesthetic propofol to Jackson the day he died. Prosecutors had a line of witnesses to testify to Murray's alleged attempts to cover his tracks on June 25, 2009, when he realized Jackson was in trouble.
Did Conrad Murray ever mention the word propofol to you during the time that you were at the location or in his presence?
No, he did not.
Throughout the trial, the defense tried to prove that Jackson self-administered the fatal dose of propofol without Murray's knowledge.
So you think it was a self-injection of propofol near the hour of between 11:30 and 12 o'clock that did it?
In my opinion, yes.
Murray was taken away in handcuffs. The judge ordered him held without bail until his sentencing.
The sexual harassment accusations continue to pummel GOP presidential candidate Herman Cain. Cain faces new claims of sexually inappropriate behavior today. Sharon Bialik told reporters the former head of the National Restaurant Association groped her after a dinner together in 1997. Bialik, who worked at the restaurant group's Education Foundation until shortly before the alleged groping incident, said Cain unexpectedly put his hand on her leg beneath her skirt toward her genitals. She also said he pushed her head toward his crotch. Bialik is not looking to press charges, but would like Cain to admit to the incident.
So it's days like today where when I go home for Thanksgiving, I don't know if I'm going to have to get more shorts or get my winter coat.
No, I didn't even put my snow tires on when I went home this past weekend. It's been gorgeous. I don't think I'm going to need them.
Let's take a quick look with Steve Travis.
Good evening, Oswego. I'm meteorologist Steve Travis, currently outside the campus center. Well, it's a beautiful night out here. There are many people walking around campus tonight, and for good reason. Today we had a high of about 62 degrees, and those warm temperatures are continuing into tonight. Taking a look at our current conditions, you'll see it's 56 degrees out here right now under partly cloudy skies. We do have some clearing right now. Taking a look at our radar, you'll see those clear skies are over us. Some rain over eastern Michigan, which brought those clouds earlier today, but nothing as far as rain for the next 2 days in our forecast. Looking at the 3-day forecast, you can see mostly sunny skies tomorrow and Wednesday, getting up to 65, in fact, for Wednesday before we cool down towards the end of the week. I'll have your full forecast coming up. Back to the desk.
There's more fallout from the alleged cover-up of child sex abuse allegations against former Penn State defensive football coach Jerry Sandusky.
But today, 2 Penn State officials accused of misleading a grand jury turned themselves in. Emily Schmidt has the new details.
Jerry Sandusky spent 23 years at Penn State coordinating how to stop an offense. But now defense means something entirely different, as Sandusky is charged with sexually assaulting 8 young boys, some allegedly at Penn State athletic facilities.
This is a case about a sexual predator accused of using his position within the community and the university to prey on numerous young boys for more than a decade.
Penn State Athletic Director Timothy Curley and Senior Vice President for Finance and Business Gary Schultz resigned Sunday after they were charged with misleading a grand jury and failing to report suspected abuse.
And their inaction likely allowed a child predator to continue to victimize children for many, many years.
Both deny any wrongdoing. Law enforcers say Sandusky met his victims through a charity he founded for troubled youth.
Hi, I'm Jerry Sandusky.
The charity, the Second Mile, said in a statement it removed Sandusky from programs involving children in 2008 after learning of allegations against him. Adding at no time was the Second Mile made aware of the very serious allegations contained in the grand jury report. Sandusky insists he's innocent. His lawyer says,
regardless of whether he eventually proves his guilt or innocence, that people are going to think that he did this stuff.
Pennsylvania's Attorney General says 6 of the 8 victims have been identified and says the chance of more victims is not beyond the realm of possibility. In Washington, I'm Emily Schmidt.
The Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation is being held in Honolulu this week. APEC is a 21-member association of economies from the Asia Pacific region, and it brings presidents from each country, including President Barack Obama. APEC was established in 1989 and has worked to reduce tariffs and other trade barriers across the Asia Pacific region. The APEC CEO Summit is Asia Pacific's premier business event. This draws thousands of economic and business leaders from around the region and beyond.
Greek Prime Minister George Papandreou will step down during the country's financial crisis, as long as a controversial 130 billion euro bailout deal is approved. Yesterday, Papandreou met with the leader of the New Democracy Party, Greece's leading opposition party, and agreed to form a new government. A new prime minister will be named Tuesday. Take a listen to what Greeks are saying about the changes.
A 4-month government won't solve anything. I think what's needed is the general elections to clean, major cleansing, and start afresh.
Most of the Greeks, we think our politicians are simply nuts. So finally they made an agreement that probably had made before. They just announced it yesterday.
I don't know, crazy Papandreou. Maybe crazy. Yes, crazy.
And now we'll see what's going on in sports with Maria Erda.
67-year-old boxer Joe Frazier has been fighting a difficult battle for the past month. The former heavyweight champion was diagnosed with liver cancer and has been in and out of the hospital, as well as receiving hospice care. Frazier is not allowing anyone to see him except for close family. Doctors have not yet told Frazier how much longer he has to live, but his manager, Leslie Wolf, stated, quote, "No matter what happens, we must make sure his legacy stays alive," end quote. Stay tuned for more sports coming up later in the show. And now back to the desk.
Officials lodged more forgery and conspiracy charges against a Scriba teenager Friday. Carl Jones was charged at the Oswego County Correctional Facility with second-degree criminal possession of a forged instrument, a felony, and fifth-degree conspiracy, which is a misdemeanor. He was arraigned in Oswego City Court and held on $1,000 bail, pending a return to court on December 6th. The charges came on top of single counts of criminal possession of a forged instrument and misdemeanor conspiracy, petty larceny, and third-degree unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, which was filed against him the same day on Thursday.
Officials say a Richland man was taken to Upstate University Hospital this morning for treatment of burns after his camping trailer caught fire. An Oswego County 911 dispatcher said the fire was reported around 3 a.m. at 3084 County Route 2 in Richland. When firefighters arrived at the scene, they found a 16-foot camping trailer completely up in flames. It took 15 minutes to extinguish the fire. However, the trailer was destroyed. Oswego County fire investigators are trying to find out just what it was that started the blaze.
Tomorrow night, we're going to have coverage of the mayoral race as well as more local elections throughout Oswego.
Our very own Alex Rusilla will be live from Vona's at mayoral candidate Tom Gillen's headquarters.
And Keith Rubino will be going live also at candidate Dave White's headquarters down at Steamers.
The coverage will go for an hour from 10 to 11. Keep it right here for your Oswego election results.
Something in the forecast that we may not see again for months. What is it? I'll tell you after the break.
The Oswego MBA program, helping you achieve your goals with a customized curriculum developed with ficability in mind. Take classes year-round, full or part-time in Oswego, online or at the Metro Center in downtown Syracuse. More information is available online or by calling 315-312-2911.
You're watching WTOP, your home for Laker hockey.
Oh, we gonna rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher. Oh, we gonna rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher.
Get your Smokey on. If you see someone in danger of starting a wildfire, step in and make a difference. Because 9 out of 10 wildfires can be prevented.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hi, I'm CNN's Rob Marciano, and you're watching WTOP 10, your television station.
Police say an Oswego woman was arrested for taking a student's purse in Sheldon Hall over the Halloween weekend. The student was helping with the safe trick-or-treat event on campus when she left her purse on the lower level of Sheldon Hall. When she returned, it was missing. Diane McCoskey was later found through the purchases she made with the credit cards in this missing purse. McCoskey was charged with felony counts of forgery, grand larceny, and criminal possession of stolen property.
Penfield's library's fire alarm was pulled early this morning just before 5:30 a.m. A student studying in the 24-hour room saw a pile of leaves on fire just outside the southwest corner of Penfield. University police promptly responded and were able to put it out with their own extinguisher. The Oswego Fire Department also responded, but the fire was put out by the time they got there. People were seen smoking in the area about 15 minutes prior. University police and the fire department are ruling it most likely accidental.
The 5th annual Hart Hall Global Awareness Conference was held this past Friday and Saturday. This year's conference focused on caring change and the power of an individual with the theme, What One Person Can Do to Make a Difference.
The day-and-a-half-long celebration of diversity, culture, and education featured more than 50 presentations. WTOP's Keith Rubino has the full story.
Hart Hall's Global Awareness Conference took place Friday, November 4th and Saturday, November 5th. The conference encompassed over 50 presentations to help students understand what was happening around the world. The event saw well over 500 students throughout the day-and-a-half event. Faculty resident mentor David Moody started Friday evening at 9 p.m. with a film discussing hip-hop music from a global perspective. The next day, students were invited to participate and learn about Japanese origami and calligraphy, Irish bowling, and even the reign of Muammar Gaddafi.
And if you said anything about it, anything at all, whether he killed your family or not, he would save you off the streets.
With over 50 presentations spaced throughout the 9 floors of Hart Hall, there was something for everyone. The eventful weekend closed in Lanigan 101 with keynote speaker Sonia Shah, an investigative journalist whose presentation discussed her latest book, The Fever, How Malaria Has Ruled Humankind for 500,000 Years. Shah answered questions of students and even shared her thoughts on how interest in the topic has grown over the years and why.
There's huge amounts of interest in it, and there's a lot more momentum to do something about this disease now. I think the problems of parts of Africa are back in sort of the international agenda, and people are really interested in the problem of poverty again, global poverty, and I think it's understood that this is something we need to tackle if we want to sustain, economic growth as a global economy.
While Global Awareness Weekend has come to a close, the knowledge and presentations from speakers and faculty members alike have proven to be useful knowledge for students to carry throughout their entire years here at SUNY Oswego and for global awareness. Reporting for WTOP, I'm Keith Rubino.
Well, we had a beautiful day on campus today.
And now here's a look at your forecast with Steve Travis.
Good evening, I'm meteorologist Steve Travis. Right now, 56 degrees outside, very warm for November. Partly cloudy skies. We did see some clearing when I was out there earlier. And you may notice on this graphic there's snow behind us, but that is not the story today like it usually is in November. Taking a look at your almanac today, a high of 62 degrees, more than 10 degrees above average. Gorgeous day out there. More tomorrow of the same. New York State weather, you'll see 50s across the state, 48 in Albany. Glens Falls is 39 degrees, our low point. And something quite rare is Plattsburgh is actually our warm spot at 59 degrees. But throughout all of the Empire State, we do see warm temperatures this evening, which will continue on into tomorrow, even into Wednesday. Your New York radar, you see we have clear skies over us right now, and that will continue. Some showers over eastern Michigan, but those will not affect us tonight. Those did bring some of those clouds in earlier today that you saw, but that really wasn't too big of a problem with our very warm temperatures. Zooming out here to our national radar, you see this big storm system over Oklahoma, Texas. That will eventually move into our area in a couple of days, but for now, there are no concerns as far as rain goes in our forecast. There were a couple of tornadoes reported in Oklahoma, but we won't see anything as far as severe weather. Until then, warm air will push up from the south, and we will have some beautiful conditions moving in. Same thing for our satellite. You see these storm tops here, but clear conditions over Oswego and central New York for us. So your future cast, 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Some rain west of us, but nothing over Oswego. 12 p.m., same story as you go out to lunch. Still mostly clear skies. And even 4 p.m., still clear skies for us. So if your forecast overnight, 48 degrees is my low for tonight. Mostly cloudy skies, but it will be mild. Tomorrow, 60 degrees for our high. Clearing skies and quite warm. And more for that on Wednesday. 65 degrees, sunny, and a little bit more breezy. For your extended forecast here, you'll see Thursday and Friday, we do have some rain moving into the area. Much colder after a cold front moves through then. But by Sunday, the end of your weekend, you should see some clearing skies.
All right, and when we come back, we will have Amy Adamczyk with your wellness updates. But first, take a look at tonight's late night menu.
Hi, I'm CNN's Rob Marciano, and you're watching WTOP 10, your television station.
SUNY Oswego MBA program helping you achieve your goals with a customized curriculum developed with flexibility in mind. Take classes year-round, full or part-time in Oswego, online or at the Metro Center in downtown Syracuse. More information is available online or by calling 315-312-2911.
And the Lakers oust Cortland 50-98-20.
TOP, brought to you by the letter W.
Got a good thing going, and I wanna see it end. Oh, no, no, no.
Hi, we're Real Big Fish, and you're watching WTOP 10.
Like the number.
I'm lucky. I get to do something I love.
How many of you think homework is just as important as teamwork?
I help keep kids in school.
Good.
And that's the name of the game.
My name is LaDainian Thomason. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer. Live United.
And now we'll hear from our wellness reporter, Amy Adamczyk.
Thanks, Sam. The FDA has approved a new blood-thinning medication aimed at preventing strokes. It's called Xarelto, and it was created by Bayer and Johnson & Johnson. The drug is already used in the U.S. and Europe in certain surgery patients, but now doctors can prescribe it to patients who have what is called atrial fibrillation. That's a heart rhythm disorder that increases a person's risk of stroke. According to the FDA, more than 2 million Americans suffer from this condition. It's one of the most common types of abnormal heart rhythm. In other news, while sugar may not be any help when trying to shed some pounds, According to research, there are certain spices that could aid in weight loss. Some forms of ginseng, especially Panax ginseng, speed up metabolism and boost energy. Capsaicin, the active component in chili peppers, also helps to burn fat and suppress appetite. Cayenne peppers increase metabolism, causing the body to burn more calories. Also, researchers from Oxford Polytechnic Institute say 1 teaspoon of mustard can speed up the metabolic rate as well as 25%. Lastly, women with a family history of breast cancer caused by a genetic mutation may not be at a higher risk of getting the disease. That's coming from a new study by Stanford University School of Medicine. Researchers found if a woman with a relative had BRCA mutation, but she did not have that mutation herself, she would not be at a higher risk of getting cancer than the relatives of other breast cancer patients. This new research contradicts a study in 2007 that said these women have 2 to 5 times higher risk of getting breast cancer, even though they had no mutations. The study doesn't dispute that the family history had any type of breast cancer puts you at a greater risk of getting the disease. And that is all for your wellness segment tonight. I'm Amy Adamczyk.
Today, Syracuse Mayor Stephanie Miner announced that some campaign donations will be returned. According to Syracuse.com, 4 Democratic candidates in Onondaga County are returning part of the $33,000 that a political action committee sent to them through the New York State Democratic Committee. Miner made the announcement 1 day before the November 8th elections as she tried to quell a firestorm over her PAC's funneling of money through the State Democratic Committee, as well as sidestepping limits on how much the PAC could directly give to the candidates.
Tina Bennett says she is looking to reinvigorate the Oswego County District Attorney's Office. Bennett, who has worked privately as an attorney since 2000, will be seeking to win the race for the county's district attorney seat, vacated by the retirement of Donald Dodd. Bennett believes this office currently lacks the ability to think outside the box. Bennett says, "I don't want the same old. We want change." Currently, Bennett specializes as a father's rights attorney.
Now, I wasn't able to watch the Giants game yesterday, but I'm hoping that Maria has something for us today.
Yes, I got an update that there was a win.
Once again, the underdog New York Giants stunned the Patriots within the last seconds of the game. Let's take a look.
Touchdown.
As you can recall, it was Super Bowl 42 when the Giants pulled through to erase the Patriots' perfect season. Here we are in the fourth quarter. Brady to Gronkowski, 14-yard pass for the touchdown. This gives the Pats their first lead of the game, making it 20-17. The game was 0-0 going in at half. Eli Manning with 35 seconds left. He has some time. The pass to Victor Cruz, who doesn't catch the ball, but wait, there is a flag. That's a pass interference called. The Giants just a few yards shy of a touchdown, only 19 seconds left to play. The fake run and the pass to number 85, Jake Ballard, for the go-ahead touchdown. Fun fact, back in 2008 when the Giants devastated the Patriots, Eli's pivotal pass was to number 85, David Tyree. Throughout the game, the G-men sacked Tom Brady twice, as well as intercepting 2 passes. The Giants went on to win 24-20. Ravens quarterback Joe Flacco was 1-4 against the Steelers going into Sunday night's game, leaving a lot of doubt from fans. Flacco proved everyone wrong, leading the Ravens to an upset over Pittsburgh with just seconds left to play. Here's head coach John Harbaugh on his quarterback.
Just as far as the performance by our quarterback, okay, let's start with the quarterback and what he accomplished. 92 yards in 2 minutes, 14 out of 21, I think, third down conversions. This is a game, this Steelers-Ravens game is a game for men, all right? It's a game for big men. You got to shine bright in this game if you want to win in this game. And nobody shined brighter than Joe Flacco in this game.
Oswego State women's ice hockey put their first W on the board with a win over Cortland this past Sunday. Mackenzie Lee scored the first goal just 1:22 into the game by an assist from Melissa Seamont. Seamont also scored the second goal to give the Lakers a 2-1 lead. The Oswego outshot the Red Dragons 41-17 throughout the game and only allowed 4 shots in the second period. The win brings the Lakers' overall record to 1-2-1. Their next game will be at Utica on November 11th. And that's it for sports. Now back over to the news desk.
And when we come back, we'll take a look at the lighter side of the news.
But first, take a look at your community calendar.
Curriculum developed with its flexibility. SUNY Oswego MBA program, helping you achieve your goals with a customized curriculum developed with its flexibility in mind. Take classes year-round, full or part-time in Oswego, online or at the Metro Center in downtown Syracuse. More information is available online or by calling 315-312-2911.
You're watching WTOP, your home for Laker hockey.
Oh, we gonna rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher. Oh, we gonna rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher.
So you can't save money? That's easy as pie. Drink from the tap. A $3 bottle of water a day times 10 years times 6% interest is over 14,000 clams. Small changes today, big bucks tomorrow. Feedthepig.org.
Hi, I'm CNN's Rob Marciano, and you're watching WTOP 10, your television station.
And here's a dive into the lighter side of the news. Bill Cosby and Art Linkletter used to say that kids say the darndest things. Well, you could argue that politicians say the darndest things as well.
And here's some great advice from both Democrats and Republicans.
I come from a state, where they had this little place called the Alamo, and they declared victory or death. We're kind of into those slogans, man. It's like live free or die, victory or death. Bring it.
They could go to Las Vegas. They could bet it all on number 6. They could lose it all there. They could respond to a full-page ad in a paper and buy gold with all their money. That doesn't create any jobs.
I love your accent, by the way. 999. That's just fantastic. We don't say it like that in
I like yours also,
Yeah,
Sarah.
okay.
999.
But
It's mutual.
We've been in the House of Representatives. What have you guys been debating, John? You've been debating a commemorative coin for baseball.
I refer to my colleagues take a look at this book, and I recommend taking blood pressure medicine before you read it.
My hometown, Vernon, is completely 100% out. My wife and I and my daughter have been camping at home because that's really kind of what your lifestyle is. I shaved with melted snow yesterday morning.
You want to take a look at someone who's crazy enough to run for president of the United States. Okay, come on, I can see it in your faces. And then you'll hear me out for a little bit and you'll say, he seems pretty normal.
Let's talk about this, and I hate to use this term apples and oranges because it's become sort of a term that's not in good standing right now after some recent events and debates.
I'm running a kind of campaign that I always say for Iowa, and for Eastern Iowa in particular, running the Field of Dreams campaign, which is if you build it, they will come.
And taking a look at your Class Day forecast for tomorrow, 8 a.m., 48 degrees, climbing up to 56 by noon and 60 by the end of the day.
And that's all the time we have for today. For the 10 News team,
I'm Maria Erda.
I'm Steve Travis.
I'm Samantha Damasio.
and I'm Alex Rusilla. Thanks a lot for stopping by today, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.